So I've got Joe Norris from Get Your Tips Out, and today's video is about the Abernant Stakes at Newmarket. So Joe, what are your tips and predictions of a winner or potentially an each way bet in the Abernant Stakes?
Yeah, so with these sort of races, I look at the race before I check the odds. I think it's a good way to do it because obviously sometimes you can get influenced. But the frustrating thing with that is when you do come down on one that you like and then you check the odds and then you sort of find out his favourite, it can be a bit frustrating because, you know, we're always trying to get the value. Now, I do think Should Have Been a Ring has got a really good chance in this for Richard Hannon. I quite like a horse that's had a run coming into this race. If you look at his run last month at Wolverhampton, he really looked like he needed the run and that it was going to sort of put him straight for this. That was over 7 furlongs, so he drops back to 6 furlongs. I know that in this race you want a horse that's competed in group races before. Now, we know that he ran a massive race in the Sprint Cup at Haydock where he was beat just the neck. He actually was sent off 50-1 that day, so he completely outrun his odds. He finished the season in France where he ran really well again to place at the top level. It's amazing that this horse is still just a 4-year-old because it feels like he's been around for a few years already. It's just a shame that he's sort of 4-1, 9-2. I think that is a bit short. They're not really taking.
I actually know the owners of the horse as well, and the syndicate and stuff, and they are bullish on. They think he's got a great chance of winning. So it's a worthy favourite, so to speak.
Yeah, that's good to hear. To be fair, so yeah, I think that would be my main shout in the race. But obviously, we could have 14 runners, so I feel like I want to offer a bit more rather than just sticking the favourite up. And I do think Popmaster could run a big race for Ed Walker. Now, this horse was so consistent last season. He won at listed level at Newbury, so this is only one step up from that. He only missed the nose at Ascot on his final start. I do think he's a bit better with a bit of cut in the ground, so obviously the ground is saying it's good at the moment. And I don't think there's much rain forecast between now and Thursday. So that's the only issue with that. I think 2 of his best wins came in soft ground. So that's probably why he's 20-1. But I thought, you know, in an open race, he could be an each way bet.
I think my only issue with Popmaster now, I've not looked into his form and dove too deep into it. He might have won a listed race, but I'm pretty certain, and I've not checked this, that it would have been a weak listed race because he's still only rated 100 off the handicapper. Now, if that was a half decent listed race, he'd be rated up towards 107, 108.
Well, he beat Al Muppier. I think Al Muppier, the Haggis horse. That's quite highly rated, I think.
But the times mustn't have been right. Like he must have ran underperformed the other horse or something, because the fact that the handicapper normally is bang on and he's only got him rated 100. I'm not saying he doesn't make mistakes. Of course that he does. I'm not saying it's not improved, but I do feel that I'd want a big price for him. And obviously, if you think is improved, then you could see value. And last year, yes, he was ever consistent, but
he beat Al Dari rated 113 and Al Muppier rated 105.
Yeah, so why is he only rated 100? Like there must have been something wrong with the race. Like they must have underperformed on the times or something. For that to be, otherwise he'd be dancing up in a handicap race. If he wins this, he would have like £15. There's certain horses in there that in this race are rated 116. So
I think with him, I think that race sort of fell in his lap a bit because they went hard.
Yeah,
he is definitely a horse that needs it to pan out perfectly. So, you know, looking at the pace of the race, you should have a few that go forward in this. So,
there will be, but this is a different. I mean, my personal thoughts are, I think Carl Burke's got a couple of great horses in it, in Marshman and Spycatcher. Now, I don't know who's got. I would presume, and I might be wrong here, that Clifford Lee's got choice, and he's gone and chose. Marshman's the second favourite. He's not gone on that. He's jumped on Spycatcher. So I'm presuming, and I don't have this information from home yet, that we can try and contact the trainers and see how they're doing it all. But spy catcher for me, I think if Clifford Lee has had the choice, he's not gone on the second favourite on Marshman. He's gone on spy catcher. I think he could end up being a great price at 9-1 as an each way show. But I do think that should have been a ring. Knowing how bullish the yard is on the chances, I think 9-2 you could end up thinking, even though he's favourite, 9-2 is a decent price. You can even back him each way. Like they're playing top 4 places and stuff. Some of the bookies, so you could do that as being an each way shout. Hopefully he gets the win, and then spy catcher chasing him home potentially is mine. But I can see the value. I can see where you're coming from with Popmaster at 20-1, but he has got to improve according to the official ratings.
Yeah,
£15, which is a lot. Like he'd get £15 if it was in a handicap race.
Yeah.
He's a huge improve. He's going to have to put a huge personal best into.
But this is the thing. I don't. He's a 6-year-old now, so he's not necessarily going to improve again. But I think it's if the race is run to suit, that is how he could spring a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, Spycatcher, looking at your one, could be a good shout because I've got the trends up here. Obviously, he's a 6-year-old, so you want to be looking at horses 4 to 6 in this. Course form is a big thing, and he's won over track and trip. The other thing as well is the rating. You really want a horse rated 104 or higher, and he's rated 111. So I mean, Spycatcher's got a lot going for him. And like you say, if the jockey has picked him over Marshman, he could easily be one of the steamers in the race, I think, because you can still get like 8-1 on him. So
yeah, I think you can get 9 to. Has it just got? You've actually just got
it's
it.
come in a bit, yeah.
8.5 to. You can get 17-2 at William Hill.
Oh yeah, Hills, yeah.
So that for an each way show. Actually, you can get 8-1 on Sky Bet, and they're paying first 5 places. Which I think that's. In fact, I'm going to do that. I think that's a great bet.
Yeah, that does. I mean,
what's happened the last few times I've said I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Nice Grand National winner and stuff like that. So
we should touch on like Comanche Falls and Garrus, obviously, because they're two really good horses who do well in these big handicaps. But obviously, they're carrying a lot of weight here. So I mean,
top weight. He's weighted 112, so he's a class act in the race.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see the viewers. What's your thoughts? Leave a comment in the comment section. Who do you think's going to win the Abernant Stakes at Newmarket this Thursday at 3 o'clock? Leave your tips. Let's maybe choose a winner and choose an each way shout at a bigger price of who you think for the Abernant Stakes.